I wonder how many parents know.
These people learned about today's alternative rock concerts as jurors when they served on a case involving singer-actress Courtney Love.
Do you think I'm talking about monogamy?
She's the star of the recent movie The People vs. Larry Flint, and lead singer of a band called Hole.
I thought maybe after the show I might try to get her autograph or get the band's autograph, but after what happened, I decided it probably wasn't a good idea.
19-year-old Rob Lucas saw Hole in March of 1995. The concert was here at a club called The Edge in downtown Orlando. He's a big music fan and a veteran concert goer.
It's my ticket collection. Foo Fighters, Soul Asylum, Garbage, Chalk Farm, Tonic.
But Lucas says he'd never been to a show like this. This concert ended in a courtroom.
Today, in this courtroom, do you see the individual that struck you at the Edge concert? Could you please point out and describe what the person has on?
That's Courtney Love right there.
Rob Lucas and another teen said Courtney Love had punched them.
She announced to the crowd that she wasn't going to play until she saw more women in the front. When she jumped off the stage, she immediately walked forward and started punching some of the fans.
Ryan O'Donnell was in the front row too. He didn't know Rob Lucas, but he did have a similar story to tell.
She was first saying, "Get back," like this, and then next thing I knew is buried back. I just started getting hit.
O'Donnell was the first to complain to police, and after reading about those claims, Lucas says he and his family decided he should come forward too.
What she did was wrong, and we felt that this shouldn't just go, we shouldn't just let this go by. That this was something that she needed to know, that it wasn't okay to do this kind of thing.
To Orlando prosecutors, the boys' accusations were serious enough to seek criminal charges, 2 counts of battery that could mean up to 2 years in jail. And the boys' testimony wasn't all prosecutors had. They claimed this photo, published in a local paper, proves their case. The photographer is standing right behind Courtney Love. Here's her hair, and this is her arm, allegedly pulled back to punch this person, Ryan O'Donnell.
And what is that?
That is me, and that's her rearing back to punch me.
But Love's attorney argued there's no photo of Love actually hitting anyone, and no proof she had. He also suggested that maybe the boys hoped for money from a civil suit, and said it was the audience, not Love, that was a problem.
Isn't it true, Mr. Lucas, that every single big white male just like yourself for 35 feet along this barrier was reaching over and hooting and hollering and grabbing for Courtney Love Cobain? Isn't that the truth of the matter?
The truth is there were people who were grabbing at her. Yes, I was not one of them.
But the most important point Love's attorney made was also the most surprising. He argued that Love's concerts are so physical, even if she did hit her fans, it wasn't a crime at all.
They wanted this, they expected it, they hoped for it, and they got it.
To convict someone of battery, prosecutors have to prove not only that the contact happened, but also that it was something the victim didn't want. And Love's lawyer claimed the boys consented to being hit simply by showing up at her concert.
This is all part of this rock concert, the physical interaction of the performer and the audience. That's what these kids come there for.
Lucas agreed concerts can be rough, but says the physical part of a show shouldn't include being punched by the main act.
And you've been to how many concerts?
30, 40, something like that. 30 is probably an accurate number.
And this was the first time you saw the artist actually get down and punch the spectators, the audience?
Andy says he didn't go to this show expecting to be hit or hurt in any way.
I was just there to stay where I was and just observe the concert and to enjoy the music.
The case that began as a trial about whether a rock star hit 2 fans had turned into a question of concerts and safety. Where does participation end and battery begin? And what are you getting into when you walk through the doors of a concert?